We are going to be discussing the eating customs and daily schedule of both Mexico and of Spain. In both countries, adults at work usually have about 2 hours for lunch during the day so they can go home for the big meal or relax and take a siesta or nap after eating. Especially in Spain, many of the stores and small businesses close from about 1:30 to 4 p.m. Because of that, most adults must stay at work until approximately 8 p.m. in the evening. Children usually start school early around 7 or 8 a.m. so they can be done in time to go home for lunch around 2 p.m. Or they may have split sessions where one group goes to school in the morning and one group goes to school in the afternoon. In Mexico, generally speaking, they eat many things with limon and chile. They love spicy food and always have a spicy salsa on the table for every meal. They also eat a lot of fresh fruit in Mexico, like mango, papaya, guayaba or guava in English, and piña, pineapple, shown here in the grocery store covered with chile powder. Yes, they like chile so much they actually often sprinkle it right on their fruit. They also eat a sweet tropical fruit called guanábana. It has a green prickly outside and a soft white inside, filled with small black seeds. Guanábana is called soursop in English. In terms of vocabulary, it is important to note that in Mexico, tortas are a very popular kind of sandwich. They are always served on a large roll like you see here. They are usually served hot, and you can have your torta filled with a variety of different meats. We will now discuss a few key facts about food in Spain. Generally speaking, in Spain they do not eat a lot of spicy food. However, since most of Spain is near water, they do eat lots of seafood. Even sardines, barbecued sardines being one of their favorites. It is also important to note an interesting vocabulary difference. Instead of papas, potatoes are called patatas, and French fries are called patatas fritas. As you can see from the signs, in Spain, sandwiches are called bocadillos or bocatas. They are made using long rolls. Shown here is the very popular bocadillo de jamón serrano. Jamón serrano is a salty cured ham that will be discussed more later on. Before discussing the specifics of each individual meal in both Mexico and Spain, it is essential to describe some of the more common foods found in each country, so that you will be familiar with them when they appear later. Although I will be highlighting foods that are unique to each country, I would like to start with a delicious food that they have in common. Churros, deep-fried bread dough. In Mexico, churros are only served in the afternoon or evening. This churro stand only charges 1 peso each, or about 10 American cents. Here you can see the bread dough coming out of the machine and dropping in strips into the oil. The strips of bread dough are fried until they reach a golden brown, and then sprinkled with sugar. A very yummy treat. In Spain, churros are usually made a little differently. The bread comes out of a machine into a large vat of oil and is made into one long spiral. After the spiral of dough is cooked, it is cut up into individual pieces and usually served with chocolate, a nice thick hot chocolate drink. In Spain, you cannot get churros in the afternoon. They are only served for breakfast between 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. as shown on the sign. Deep-fried bread dough dipped into hot chocolate is not the healthiest of breakfasts, but it sure tastes good. In Mexico, tortillas are available at every meal. This very thin flat bread, resembling a pancake, is usually made out of corn flour in Mexico, but it can also be made from wheat flour. They are made by placing balls of dough onto a tortilla press, like you see here. The press flattens the dough, and the tortillas are then cooked quickly on a grill and eaten fresh or used to make tacos or quesadillas, which we will discuss shortly. Again, this flat round bread is called a tortilla. Mexicans also enjoy sopa de tortilla, which is a tomato-based soup served with fried tortillas and, of course, chiles. However, the soup itself is not spicy, as long as you don't eat the actual chiles. Chilaquiles are a breakfast food also made from fried tortillas, queso, cheese, tomatoes, onions, and yes, more chile. Chilaquiles can be served with red salsa or green salsa, depending on the type of chile used, and may or may not have a fried egg on top. Chiles rellenos are large chiles filled with queso, cheese. They are breaded and fried and usually covered with tomato sauce. Although they are made from chiles, chiles rellenos are not generally spicy because the veins of the chilies are removed. Without the veins and the seeds, the chiles are much milder. Mole is the national dish of Mexico. It is a special sauce made from up to 40 different ingredients, one of which is, of course, chile. It is only slightly spicy, however, and usually served over chicken. Depending on the type of mole, it can be rojo, red, verde, green, or negro café, black, brown. Green mole, or mole pipián as it is often called, is my favorite. Crushed pumpkin seeds are one of its main ingredients. Frijoles refritos, or refried beans, are served at almost every comida, the main meal in Mexico. The beans are cooked and then cooked again with oil in a frying pan until they become a paste. They are often served with cheese or heavy cream on top. Guacamole is a green dip made out of avocados, or aguacates in Spanish, also out of onion, tomato, lemon, and a special spice called cilantro. You see them here with taquitos, but if you've ever had nachos, I'm sure you've at least seen guacamole, if not already tried it. Again, that's guacamole. Finally, a summary of Mexico's most popular foods would not be complete without their famous tacos. Unlike the hard corn Ortega taco shells that we use in the United States, Mexicans usually make their tacos using the small soft corn tortillas that were described earlier. One of the most popular kinds of tacos in Mexico are called tacos al pastor. Al pastor refers to large pieces of pork cooked on a spit similar to gyro meat. The pork meat is cooked as it rotates around and then shaved off into small pieces onto the tortilla. You can see a chunk of pineapple on top of the meat in this picture. Many people like their tacos al pastor with pieces of pineapple in order to mix the salty with the sweet. Shown here is a quesadilla al pastor. Quesadillas are the same as tacos, except that they include cheese, queso. Queso plus tortilla makes quesadilla. You can see the pork meat al pastor, pineapple, piña, and cheese, queso, in the tortilla along with the onion and cilantro for flavoring. Again, this is a taco, or actually a quesadilla al pastor. To summarize, some of Mexico's most popular foods include tortillas, sopa de tortilla, chilaquiles, chiles rellenos, mole, the national dish, frijoles refritos, refried beans, guacamole, and tacos or quesadillas al pastor. El desayuno, breakfast in Mexico, is usually eaten between 7 and 9 a.m. They eat cereal, cereal, fruta con yogur y granola, fruit with yogurt and granola, o yogur solo, or yogurt alone. Huevos, eggs. Notice that the huevos in this grocery store are not in the refrigerator. In fact, in Mexico and many Latin American countries, they don't refrigerate eggs, neither in the stores or in people's homes. If the eggs are fresh, they do not need to be refrigerated. In the United States, we refrigerate our eggs to make them last longer. So don't be surprised if you see eggs on the counter in a Mexican home. They are okay to eat. Commonly cooked eggs for breakfast include huevos a la mexicana, shown here. Scrambled eggs mixed with tomatoes, onions, and of course as much chile as you would like. Huevos rancheros are also popular. Fried eggs sunny side up on top of tortillas, with salsa on top. Remember that tortillas, the flat cornbread, is served at every meal in Mexico. Also very popular for el desayuno is pan dulce, or sweetbread. You can see here the bakery in Walmart. Yes, they have Walmarts everywhere, including Mexico. In all bakeries or panaderias in Mexico, you can find trays and trays of pan dulce in all shapes and sizes and flavors, with or without sugar, with or without fruit, with or without butter, etc. Every kind of sweetbread that you could imagine. You can even buy pan dulce on the beaches in Mexico. Bebidas para el desayuno, or breakfast drinks, include leche, or milk, shown here again unrefrigerated. They often drink this special kind of milk that does not need to be refrigerated until it is opened. But you can drink refrigerated fresh milk too. As in the United States, many adults drink café, or coffee. Most importantly, they have fresh squeezed orange juice, or jugo de naranja. In fact, in the streets, many stands will sell fresh squeezed orange juice in the mornings for less than $2 American. They also sell licuados, which are mixes of fruit, sugar, and either water or milk put together in a blender. On the left, you can see un licuado de fresa en agua, or a strawberry water blend, and on the right, un licuado de fresa en leche, or a strawberry milk blend. Both are delicious. Finally, we end with a sign advertising a breakfast buffet, or a desayuno buffet in español. Quesadillas de papa con jamón y sopes, huevos al gusto, eggs made to order, con jamón, ham, tocino, bacon, o salchicha, sausage. Hot cakes, pancakes, jugos, juices, de naranja, orange, y papaya, y agua de Jamaica, a red fruit punch flavored drink made from the red Jamaica flower. Frutas, como papaya, piña, pineapple, sandía, watermelon, y melón, melon. Adultos, 35 pesos, or the equivalent of less than $3.50, since 10 Mexican pesos is approximately $1. To figure out the prices for Mexican food, just divide the amount in pesos by 10, and you'll know approximately how much things cost. Not a bad price for all that food. Niños or children only 20 pesos, or $2. Thus ends El Desayuno en Mexico.